Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Ang pangalan ko ay Pia Jane. I talk about Pinoy pop culture and most especially P-pop idol shenanigans or whatever they do in that industry because I've been doing this for like 5 years now. So welcome to the first episode of P-pop Chikahan season 2. I'm calling this as P-pop Chikahan episode 1 in the second season because my old YouTube channel was struck by YouTube because of my fan cams. Now I know better now. I have my notebook and there are three topics that we will be talking about on this video. So first is in defense of the overacting negative reviews to BINI's Shagidi, the Alamat Destino saga, and MLD's headquarter is gone and now has been transformed as a furniture store in South Korea. Now, I will be putting timestamps, so if you are interested in that like specific topic lang, you can jump to that part of the video. But if you have time and, nanghuhugas ka ng pinggan, if you're washing dishes, you can definitely stay and, help me with my watch hours. So if the lighting changes, that's because I am relying on the natural light that is from my window. And welcome to another or a new angle from my apartment. Also, my throat hurts for some reason, so I'm trying not to shout as much as I can. Also, this is P-pop Chikahan, so I won't be shouting any at all. Okay, I think the first one that we should be talking about is the amount of, I would say, the OA reaction to BINI's Shagidi song. Now, if you are not part of the fandom or you are not into deep into the BINI fandom, it's you probably have seen the reactions to this song. Now, I wrote here that I will have to discuss to you what Shagidi is supposed to be. Now, Shagidi is just a song released by BINI, definitely for the purpose that it is going to be a dance heavy kind of song. They made it in the sense that they want it to be a song that they can have like this quirky, fun choreo, and the fans can definitely just post their covers of it. And it wasn't made to be somewhat a comeback type of like song. They are currently in their world tour, so and people for some reason thought that it was super serious, that they needed to put their 2 cents into this song. Now, I'm not saying that if you are not a Bloom or if you're not a Beanie fan, you can't comment on what the hell Beanie is doing. It's fine to comment, it's fine to criticize something if you see something wrong with whatever you see online or in real life. But in this sense, the I was open to the criticisms that people will have to this track because Beanie is popular, so people will have their 2 cents into everything that they say or do. Now, this is just the fun and ridiculous like negative reactions to the song. Now, I want to I introduced Shaggy as a fun dance kind of like track in the middle of world tour, so that some fans who are not going to be in the world tour, who will not attend the world tour, have something to look forward to at the moment. Now, if you go to the Beanie Shaggy release tweet on Twitter, go to the quotes, everyone has a think piece. And these are the most ridiculous that I found. And I will be also putting my 2 cents into what they also put online. It's not like you will put a ridiculous thought out there and and people won't also give such a ridiculous reply to that. This is the internet. Now, first of all, they are accusing Beanie of commodification of nostalgia. Now, a little bit of background of Shagidi. It is a Filipino game that was popular in the past. I would say in the past because I'm not one of those like generation, I think, that really played Shagidi. But everyone who did was looking forward to this or whatever Beanie spins on this song. So this person said that Beanie is commodificating the nostalgia of Filipinos. Now, this is just on my timeline, but people really didn't know Shaggy D was a game in the past. So how are they commodificating nostalgia? No, and I am laughing so hard at this because commodification of nostalgia. Seriously. Next is whitewashing Shaggy. Now, guys, how is how is a Filipina girl group whitewashing a game from the past? Like, how are they whitewashing Shaggy? Now, I think people are calling it as a whitewash song because it's in English. But if people are gonna complain to Beanie's Shaggy for being English, that does that mean that every full English original Pinoy song in the past is also whitewashed? You know, a lot of original Pinoy music bops are all in English and are beloved by the karaoke people who are into karaoke. So why was the reaction to this full English song, I would say full, and then 10% is Tagalog for the rap, so dumb? I would say stupid. Now, I do have my reservations with Shaggy D. I thought during my reaction video on the first listen to Shaggy D, I said that I would have loved it. It was definitely Taglish, not English, and then 10% Tagalog. But I wasn't going out of my way on saying that they are whitewashing the song and then they are commodificating nostalgia. This is fun for me because it just sounded a lot like you are hating Beanie and not the song. It when a criticism is given online, I can pinpoint if it's because you hate Beanie for no other reason or you hate the song. You can definitely hate the song. You can definitely hate it. And if you don't like it, you can skip it because that's how easy it is to, in this. So it's kind of funny when you see a person doubling it down because the person who said that Beanie was commodificating nostalgia and also whitewashing the song, they couldn't give a good argument when people ask them how is it commodificating nostalgia, how are Beanie whitewashing the song, because on that tweet that they said Beanie is commodificating nostalgia and whitewashing a song, but you're not ready for that conversation. But when people ask them, and when people are no ready to engage on that conversation, they didn't even give valid arguments, which I think is a lot. It's funny. It's so funny. It has started raining, and I hope my lighting is still good. I mean, I wanted to film in this particular angle because you can see my workstation, and I think it's just a very, very nice angle. And I'm using my phone. I hope it doesn't fall down from its tripod. Now we are moving to another topic, and it is the Alamat Destino saga. I wanted to talk about this because I don't think a lot of people know about this, and if a lot of people doesn't know about this, a lot of people will also understand the frustration of the fans, the Magilios, in whatever the hell is happening on the release of Alamat's Destino. Now, Alamat's Destino is an EP that they have announced last December 2025 during their concert. And to be honest, they released this some sort of teaser, Destino 2025, without a month or a date, specifically stating whatever. And at that point, Pia Jane was like, it's going to be in the first quarter of 2025, which I was very excited about because that would mean my favorite P-pop groups are coming back on the same quarter. Now, here comes the first quarter. It's done. We don't know what happened to the Alamat Destino announcement that they released. Now, there wasn't any announcement on anything on the album, any concept teasers or anything. And then it seems like for some time, Alamat members online, on Twitter specifically, were asking the management to approve a song on the Destino EP. Now, Champurado is a song that they performed last December 2025. And it seems like on Twitter, Alamat members keep saying, ihain ang Champurado, which means serve the Champurado already. And I keep asking, so, and in my head, I was thinking that the Destino EP track is not yet done. Track list, I mean, is not yet done because even then, they are asking for an approval for the Champurado track. Of course, I'm gonna flash the Twitter conversations of Alamat and the fans when it came to asking the approval of Champurado as a track. Side note, I fucking love Champurado. It's one of my favorite meals when it comes to the rainy season, and it is raining. It's easy to cook and also best paired with fried dried fish. Try it. Try it. We are sharing culture when we are talking about Alamat and P-pop in general. So I hope you guys try Champurado. It's very easy. I also haven't watched or listened to the Champurado performance, so now I feel like because Champurado is not approved or anything to be on the Destino EP album, I am obligated to watch the concert in Vivo One. I am obligated because I am also an Alamat fan, and I also want to hear this specific track that Alamat's management is not approving. And then the first quarter of the year ends with no news of Destino, and then suddenly there's this tweet from the management mismo that the EP track list has been approved. Like all of the songs has been approved. Now, weeks before that tweet, Alamat Alas also was in a live stream saying that he just keeps on making and producing tracks so that maybe one of those tracks will be approved to be on the Destino EP. Now, if you don't know, Alamat Alas is one of the producers that are also working on Alamat songs. And now recently, after this is right after the approval of the Destino EP track list, and people were already excited this time, and we are well enough into the second quarter of the year. Alamat Alas was also in an Instagram live saying and voicing out that it's a little bit hard to finish the album this time because they are busy with album making, and then they get invited to perform album making, then they get invited to perform. Fans were asking if they are doing any Viva Cafe performances, and Alas doesn't want, or he basically said that he doesn't want to perform old songs, just old songs when they meet again, them and Alamat and Magilios. He wants to perform new songs per se, so it's kind of like hard because of the scheduling that they have, which makes me think that they need to have like a road manager if that's the case. So yeah, that's the Alamat Destino saga, and I am pretty much sure that we're not gonna get the Destino EP this second quarter of the year. We might get it at the late third quarter or the early fourth quarter of the year. I'm gonna show you the timeline or the period of the different time periods of Alamat releasing albums. So this might be the most or the longest that we haven't got like a new Alamat album. I'm saying as an album because they did release Hiraya, and then they did release Sayo Pa Rin Uuwi. I drank some water and also put a clip on my head because I don't think the hairstyle is a little bit giving. Now, on to the last thing that we are going to be talking about. Now, why do I keep this P-pop Chikahan segment when it's not really like a Chikahan? People put a negative connotation on Chikahan, Chika most of the time, but in this channel, it's more like giving you lore on what is happening on these P-pop idols or in the Pinoy idol industry, which is what I have been doing for a lot of years now. Now, the last topic and the last that we'll be talking about is the fact that MLD's headquarters in South Korea is now a furniture store. So when basically fans of the groups under MLD is a little bit worried. Well, let's not say a little bit, is worried about the fact that There is no more headquarters of MLD in South Korea. It is now a furniture store, and of course, naturally, fans are worried about the future of the groups that they follow. And think about it. Now, Horizon is basically a group that I have followed, and they are under MLD. When the fans found out about this specific phenomenon that the MLD headquarters is now a furniture store, they asked Kim what's happening, and Kim basically implied on that live stream that they are working for themselves anymore. They want to be back on good ties with ABS-CBN. Their joint custody was a little, or basically not a joint custody anymore after Dreammaker ended. There was a little bit of time frame that they did um, performed in ABS-CBN shows, and suddenly there was this something like, I think the contract ended, or there's this some cold war because MLD again had a survival show, but they did not collaborate with ABS-CBN. So fans again speculated where was there some kind of problem with MLD kasi. Um, Kim also stated that during in that specific live, he said that please don't worry and they will stay as Horizon, but he did not specifically say that they are not under MLD anymore. Now I'm gonna put a screenshot of of the MLD um, social media accounts that have not used anymore. I forgot what or when Instagram's post was last October 2021. Lapilus' name is not trademarked anymore. So that begs the question, when Lapilus Shanti went back into the Philippines, she started also doing sparkle activities. I mean, to be fair, sparkle activities is different from basically being an idol 24/7 of like practicing all year round. Now, I don't know, people don't know where Lapilus is. TFN suddenly just disbanded some time ago, 5 months ago. Naver did put a article saying that MLD employees were like down to five because MLD wasn't paying anyone, and at that point I was already very worried of Horizon's future because after Horizon got to be Horizon as well, MLD got a hold of more Dreammaker boys and then also made a group called New Eid. Now, which made me think, why would you make a group from the same survival show when you already have your group? I had never trusted that company because of the history of MLD and Momoland, and people really did attack me before, which is funny now because my worries were very, very much valid. Until now, it's valid. Now, which begs the question, what will happen to MLD because their headquarters in South Korea is not a furniture store, but they have headquarters here in the Philippines in Ryan Bang's um, what do you call this building. It has like different floors, and if you can see on the screenshot, MLD has a floor, or was it two floors? And that video of Miss Karen Davila was posted like a year ago, so I'm not sure if they still have their own headquarters here in the Philippines. Now that begs like a lot of question, a lot of conversations to have, and basically, that is it for this section of worries. Now, these are basically this P-pop Chikan is just worries after worries of your favorite P-pop idol group. And although Horizon is a global group, I included them here because I follow them and they are Pinoys. And it's just, I hope the best for all of them basically. And I'm just sad about the fact that these are things that are very much out of their control. Alamat, and then also Horizon, of course, Bini as well. So let me know what you think. Comment it down below. I'm gonna drink some hot water with salt now because my throat is hurting me. This is because I keep drinking cold water. So I will see you next P-pop Chikahan. Comment down below if you want me to talk about a topic in the P-pop idol industry.